Well, happy Friday to you. Welcome. This is another Comedy Spot Live. My name is Brian. I'm glad that you're here. If you haven't joined us for a live before, today's show is the Comedy Spot News right there. Comedy Spot News. We're going to start that in just a second, but before we do, please remember to like, follow, subscribe, all the things so that you get notified when we have shows in the future. Also, you can go see our full live schedule, satcomedyspot.com/live. Make sure that you comment. We love to hear your comments. Everyone's checking in already. Like Jess checked in, and Sarah's checking in, and Jess says, Yahoo, it's Friday. And then, whoa, so many links and social media icons on the screen. Yes. Tessa says the Hot Wing Challenge clip gets her every time. Yeah, it's in the intro, and they look like they're having the worst time of their lives. Let's see. Jabberwocky's on. He said the most reliable news source. I don't know. I'm going to start off today and tell you that this is the weirdest news that you're ever going to get. So stick around. It's going to be good. Kevin Cooley says, nosy. I don't know what that was for. What did I do? What did I do? I am so glad you are here. Let's get started with the news. Let's go ahead and roll our intro. By the way, Evan, thank you for recording the voiceover for the intro. I said it a long time ago, but we need to always thank Evan for all his voiceover work. Also, before we start this news, next week's news might be one of the last news shows that we do for a while. And on top of that, I mean, we're still going to do news and other shows and stuff like that, just not every single week. But next week's news show is going to be awesome because we're going to debut our new... Well, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You just have to be here. You just have to be here next week. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. So let's get started with the news. Roll the intro.
Live from the heart of Midtown Sacramento and reporting from Roseville, Elk Grove, Arden Arcade, Lands Park, and Lodi. This is Comedy Spot News.
Welcome to the Comedy Spot News. I'm glad that you're here. We have a lot of great stories tonight. A lot of weird stories, but a lot of great stories. Our first story tonight has to do with the Olympics. As you know, the 2020 Olympics has been postponed to 2021. Quite possibly might even get completely canceled. Corrine Lemke is a member of the Sacramento Comedy Spot community, and she loves the Olympics. So right now, let's go to her with an Olympic report.
Hello, Brian. As some people know, I am a freak about the Olympics. I love it. It's my favorite thing. And I'm super duper sad that it was canceled this year. So I, of course, did the logical thing, and I've decided to pit my children against each other in feats of Olympic sport for my amusement. Enjoy. Representing the Flash, we have Jack. Nice one. Representing the Hulk, we have Carson. Representing Captain America, we have Connor. Wow. Uh-oh.
Oh my Lord!
Go!
Fencing. Oh, beating up on the little kid. There you go. Fair. Oh, kinda. Racing.
On your marks, get set, go!
Okay. Did I win?
I don't know. You guys gotta wrestle.
Oh, gymnastics.
You can do it. Oh, not your best.
Whoa.
Don't fall down. Don't fall down. Spin, spin, spin.
Diving. No.
Yeah, Jack, go. Jump. Nice. Whoa, careful. Oh, clean. Whoa, nicely done. Careful, baby. Oh, good job.
Final medal count.
I think it's clear who the true winner here was. That's me. I get all the medals. Deal with that. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Corinne. That was fantastic. Yeah, that was in fact the cutest Olympics I've ever seen. Let me read you some of the comments. Dana says that she was so hyped for this segment. She said, Kevin said, Carson, this is a family show. Let's see. My bet's on Connor. Connor's giggle. Jabberwocky says that he's wheezing. During the video, I played Kevin's perfect 10. And Donna's, this is the most perfect Olympics ever. Little heart faces from Laura Carruthers. Yeah, Corinne, this is pure gold. I appreciate that. If I asked my kids to do an Olympics, they'd be like, no, we're not doing that. Mel says best thing ever. Yeah, I agree. Totally 100% agree. Let's move on to our next story of the night. We're checking in with Tessa. And you know that if there's a Tessa checking in, there's a Stella checking in. Let's get our most up-to-date information on Tessa sheltering in place with Stella.
Hey Brian, it's Tessa and Stella here, coming to you live from our apartment in Midtown Sacramento. You can see that things are getting violent. Stella has become addicted to a new toy. Weeks and weeks and weeks ago, we talked about her little feather toy. Well, this is the latest one now. It's a ribbon, a la ribbon gymnastics. And she's really been into it. You can tell that all the way to the point that if I stop, she attacks. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Don't go outside. See ya. Back to you at the commie spot.
All right, thank you, Tessa. We appreciate that report. Keep your distance from Stella. You never know when Stella's going to attack you. So thank you again, Tessa, for that report. Patrick says, Stella looks crazed. Donna loves your report. Jabberwocky says, Kitty. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for being here. This is another Comedy Spot Live, our Comedy Spot News. So thanks for hanging out. We're going to check in with a couple more people that are out there sheltering in place, kind of, almost, sort of. We're back to business, almost, kind of, I don't know, half-halfsies. So let's now go to Coach Ed. You met Coach Ed, I think a couple weeks ago, checked in with us to do a public safety report. Coach Ed is here live via Skype. So let's go to Coach Ed. Here they are. Hey, Coach Ed, how you doing?
Brian Crawl, how you doing, bud?
Hanging
in there?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So, as you know, you just mentioned, actually, we're getting out a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going outdoors more. Let me put it straight. The best offense is a good defense. So I'm here to talk to you about defensive driving. It's a very important skill that I think everybody needs to have.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure. I started out as a DM driver's ed instructor at Loma High School, and Then I moved on to the defensive line football coach.
Right.
Just feel like I'm blending my talents together tonight.
Well, we appreciate it, Coach Ed. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Number 1, keep your head at a swivel. Always be looking left and right. Keep those neck muscles limber. So before you go out, we always want to do some simple neck stretches. If everybody wants to do this with me, put your feet on the ground. Keep your shoulders back. Put your ear on, try and get your ear on either shoulder, left or right, and then put your nose, like draw a line with your nose. All right, that's it. You don't have to go into anything else. Nothing too fancy. All right, onto the road. You're this rectangle in a car right here. Obviously, you're on the right side of the road, right? Hence my knowledge. You're driving along. This sweet feller here from Citrus Heights, who, if any red-blooded American should be, stayed inside for maybe the last 7 days. 70. 7 days. Anyway, this guy coming out of the house for the first time, he's not looking left, he's not looking right, he's looking up at the sky, the splendor of nature. He's not looking at you. So you got to look out for him. Okay? They might come out in the middle of the road. You got to pump the brakes. All right? Look, keep your head on a swivel for pedestrians when you're driving. All right?
Yeah, Coach, I never even thought about that. I mean, the people haven't driven in a while. They come out for the first time. They're probably distracted by everything.
Oh, yeah. Signs on the street, cars, cracks on the road, sidewalk, the smell of flowers.
Right.
These people haven't done that for days, weeks, months.
It's true. It's true. This is great. Oh, keep going. Sorry I interrupted you.
No, discourse is important.
Okay.
We're zooming in on the road. You're still here, my friend. You're on the road, mate, looking like you're in a giant tank, it seems. Anyway, this buddy, he got into his car. These people coming out of their houses, they have to go back to a normal routine. Maybe this guy's in the phase 2 opening and he has a job. He has to go into the office now half the time. He's not going to look at you coming to go out. Now, if you are that guy, have a look out your left and your right, left and right. Always keep your heads left and right. Anyway, you want to pump the brakes. Keep your head on a swivel for anyone coming out of quarantine.
I have a question from the audience. I was wondering if you could answer it for us really quick.
Sure thing.
Sarah Cobom wants to know, Coach Ed, can I text and drive? Is it okay if I text and drive?
Oh, sweetie, absolutely not. I would suggest putting your phone in the center console of your car.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your Bluetoothy thing, music playing, your Spotify, you can do that.
Your Spotify, right? Yeah.
Oh, Spotify. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
My kids put it on my cell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, yeah,
Sorry.
To answer your question, though, thank you for your questions. Please do not text and drive.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Pop quiz. Intersections. Stop. 4-way stops. Who has the right of way? So you're here, and this guy here pulls up. All route the same time. Who has the right of way? Pop quiz, Brian.
If I was there first, then I get to go first, right? That's how it works?
All right, so that's option A.
Okay.
You get there first, you get to go. All right. What if you get to the same time?
I let the person on my right go first.
Exactly. You hold to the right.
Right.
Hold to the right. You stay parked, but the person to the right, he goes, and then you go.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
What if there's somebody walking their dog? They don't care. They're just going to go. They've been in quarantine. You're new to them again. A car on the road, they haven't seen that in weeks.
Right,
months.
right. Well, I figure I would be a defensive driver. Make sure that I try to stay away from them.
Exactly. Keep your head on a swivel for pedestrians.
That's right. That's right. By the way, Patrick Blanson's on here, and he works for the DMV. He says that I've been correct in all my answers so far. So,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yep.
My friend Patrick would know. He's the one that takes your test.
Right. Jess Sanders says, I just go first no matter what.
Well, that's a little bit okay. I mean, there is a point. I have done that dance myself where no, you go. Come on, just go. And then it's like you're pissed at the person and you just go. You're taking it on yourself. And I admire your
gumption.
Thank you.
Well, Coach Ed, I appreciate you walking us through these driving lessons again. I think it's important.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining.
You know, as we open up our phases more, we're going to have to relearn how to get back into this work in society. I'm here to help.
Do you think we could ever have a phase where we don't have dumb drivers?
Oh, probably not. After working 25 years as a driver's ed instructor, I would imagine, I estimate about 5% of drivers are just bad at it.
Okay. All right. Well, perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Right. Absolutely. Stay safe out there.
You too. We'll check in with you soon, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Oh, well, thank you, Coach Ed, for joining us today. We appreciate that. That was a great report. It reminded me of when I used to play football. Anybody else? Anybody? Or any sport for that matter. So let's see. Sarah Coban says gumption. Yeah, we were both trying to find it. Let's see. Oh, Jabberwocky, he checked in. He said, I'm scared of driving. Yeah, it's okay. One of these days, Jabberwocky, we're going to know exactly what. Wait. Oh, this just in. I have a special report. From Jack Brown. Let's go to him now.
Thanks for throwing it to me, Brian. I've got an interesting story for your viewers here today. Does this look like an ordinary ping pong ball? Well, it's not.
Sorry to interrupt the Comedy Spot news, but you've just been hacked. By who? Well, I go by the name of the Jabberwocky.
What?
That's right. Famous YouTube commenter on Comedy Spot live streams, the Jabberwocky, is now in the live stream via hacking.
Whoa.
Why would I hack in? Well, I have two things I want to say. The first thing is, stop asking about my identity. It's a secret and I like it that way.
Whoa.
The second thing is, I wanted to give this very important message to everyone watching. I think Brian's doing a good job with the news.
Oh.
That's what I wanted to hack in to say. I am the Jabberwocky.
What's happening? We're doing a dance.
Doing the Jabberwocky dance. Well, hacking over.
Whoa.
They later declared this ping pong ball the mayor of the city. Well, that's all for me. Back to you, Brian.
Oh, I wish we would have been able to hear that story, but the Jabberwocky hacked our live feed. This is so weird. We are never going to actually know. And then the Jabberwocky has disappeared from the live. No, he didn't. He's right here. See, you're toying with us. You're making it seem like it's not really you that just did that report, that it was like Jack dressed up as the Jabberwocky. That's craziness. Yeah. Jabberwocky was in a frat. Jabberwocky, we love you. You've made a lasting effect on the entire live stream community. So let me see. For real, I knew something was off with that guy. Just says, sick moves, Jabberwocky. All right, well, Jabberwocky, thanks for joining us. Don't hack our live feed ever again. Very important. He was wearing a teak shirt. It's true. All right, moving on. We have a very, very special report this week from Kevin. He's doing like an animal report for the first time, which is, you know, Kevin's done some news stuff. He's done some some other stories, but he's never done an animal report. So let's go to him now and just see what's going on. Here we go, Kevin.
Hi, Brian. I'm starting a new series where we learn about animals and how they are just like their wild counterparts. We're going to start with a house cat. Now, house cats have a lot of similarities.
What the hell, Kevin?
What the?
God damn it, Patrick.
What just happened? Okay, Kevin was actually inside Amy's house. This was just like last week when Patrick ended up inside Amy's house, and then Patrick ended up inside of Amy's house also. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And there was no true conclusion to this. It was just to be continued. Evan's thinking the same thing I am. What? And then Corrine says, dorks. And Jess is laughing at it. Michelle Petro is like, what? Jess is like, Kevin, but he was gone so fast. Sarah Aga Muhammadi said, Jabberwocky is our Batman. Sarah Colbaum said, please don't hack again, which in improv language was like, please make sure you hack again. Jabberwocky says that you made his day. Well, you're a good person, and we're glad that you're part of everything that we do. So there you go. Yeah, Amy Nelson needs to change her locks. It's very important. All right, well, thank you, Kevin. Let's go to our next report. Let's see. Oh, you'll like this. Greg Sabin, for the last couple of weeks, has been doing a wine report for those of you that enjoy a little bit of wine. So let's go now. Let's see what Greg is drinking this week.
Thank you, Brian. Here again for this week's Comedy Spot Wine Report. What wine are we drinking today? Beer. That's right, my favorite kind of wine. What? The kind of wine made from beer. We're drinking at Sacramento's finest beer bar, The Shack, that just opened today, Friday, for socially distant drinking. I've got some work to do, so I'm going to throw it right back to you. Wine.
That's it?
Oh, God,
That's the whole.
God, it tastes so good.
That's the whole report.
Back to you.
Oh. Okay. Fine. All right. Well, I know we have one more report. I was just looking at my my favorite wine is beer also. Yeah, I totally agree. Let's see. Yeah, why not? Beer is my favorite wine too. Also favorite wine. Yeah, everyone's thinking the same thing. Wine. Listen, we had one more report from Mike LaRosa, but for some reason, it did not come up. So I'm going to find our report from Mike LaRosa really quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll make this happen in a second. It can't be this difficult, right? We just go to the thing. Oh, what did I do? I hope I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Brian messes up the feed. Let's see. Food, Comedy Spot needs to start doing food so it can reopen. Yeah, everybody else, we're just going to sell biscuits, and then people can come in and buy beer. It makes no sense to me, but it's okay. I'll make circles on the floor. Everyone can stand 6 feet away and have conversations. I'm okay with that. And then we can do live feeds. We could do shows with like 6 people, but it'd be a thing. Let's see here. Oh, I got Mike. Okay, I'm going to drop this. Here, let's do this. I'm going to drop Mike's. Sorry about that. All right, I'm going to drop Mike LaRosa's video in. Here we go. I hope this is it. This has to be it. This is it, I'm sure.
Comedy Spot bartender Mike, back again with another quarantine cocktail, and it's a fun one today. We're going to make an Amaretto Sour, and this recipe comes from a guy named Jeff Morgenthaler. He's kind of like a legend in the bar industry, and he found a way to take this kind of like tacky drink from the 70s and sort of modernize the recipe, make it something a little more palatable for today's standards. To make an Amaretto Sour, you will need Amaretto, naturally, fresh squeezed lemon juice, simple syrup, sugar dissolved in water. This is a 2-to-1 ratio of sugar to water. Cask strength bourbon. This is Morgenthaler's secret to modernizing the Amaretto Sour. It's strong enough to add like body to the drink without making the drink huge in order to do it. This is 111.3 proof, which is like 55% alcohol. And an egg white. Why are we adding an egg white to the drink? It doesn't change the flavor, it's just for the texture. It makes it like silky and smooth. If you're not comfortable with putting a raw egg in your drink, then don't. Also, we will be shaking this drink. It's usually a good idea to start with the egg white, because if you mess it up, get the shell or the yolk in there, you can just throw it out and start over without wasting all the other ingredients. You don't even need the whole egg white in there, that's probably a good amount. Next, add 1.5 ounces of amaretto, 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 3/4 ounce of the cask strength bourbon, and a teaspoon of simple syrup. Now before we add the ice to chill and dilute, we're going to do what's called a dry shake without ice. That froths up the egg white to get that texture we want. Then add the ice and shake. As usual, glass of ice straight out of the freezer. And this is when you definitely want to double strain. That means we're going to put a strainer on top and then also use one of these tea strainers. And for garnish, we'll take a lemon peel, just a small twist like that, and then grab one of these little brandied cherries.
What?
And there we have the Amaretto Sour. This is not your grandma's Amaretto Sour. This is a modern drink for the modern drinker. Enjoy.
Is it good?
It's good.
Ah, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mike LaRosa. Sorry I almost lost your video. Let's just go to your comments, see what's going on. Let's see. Let's see. Who's the dreamy bartender? That's Mike LaRosa. You know who he is. God dang it. Thanks for being my tiny assistant. I was trying to reach up and grab stuff as you were doing. I was just trying to be there for you. Let's see. This is where you ascend from bartender to mixologist. That's pretty good, yeah. Let's see. Don't hurt him, Mike. Let's see. As much as I enjoy these videos, I will never have the gumption to buy ingredients to make myself. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I like I said, I don't drink much anymore, but I was just a simple beer drinker, Anyway, what do we got there? Okay, good. Let's see. Jay says, very classy. Yum. Thanks, Mike. Let's see. What did Mike LaRosa say about my grandma? I don't know what you said. Sarah said, I miss people, but the egg white. Ugh. Yeah, but the egg white do. I don't know. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, Sarah, I totally agree. I miss people. For those of you that are in other parts of the world, back east, I wish we could all hang out. Maybe sometime you can come to the Comedy Spot and come see a show. But for the people that perform here regularly, I miss you a whole bunch, and I can't wait to get back to doing what we do. By the way, we will always do live streams almost every day at 6 o'clock forever and forever. Those are not going away. So just know that once things get back to normal, we're not just going to cut the feeds and not do that anymore. We're going to actually lean in and do even more, and we're going to do a better job of filming things that are live so that you can get a better idea of how our shows look and feel. So that's all stuff that's coming on. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you're a bar that serves food, then the tunnel is lit. You just have to go out and drink it. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you come back here at 7:30. I have a show coming up at 7:30 called Who Did It? Where 3 panelists claim to have done the same, like outrageous, interesting things. And you, the audience, has to figure out who actually did it. Who did it? That's coming up tonight, 7:30. Tomorrow night, we have the Comedy Spot Squares. If you haven't been to that, it's fantastic. Tic-tac-toe and trivia. And you get to call in and actually be one of the contestants, which is pretty badass. We actually fixed the call-in feature too, so you don't have to put in a password or location number or anything like that. You just call right to us, so it'll be really easy. Jabberwocky, thanks for being a great guy. I'm glad you finally made it into a news. Tomorrow night at 7:30, we have Who Dis? That's where I show pictures randomly of random people from the internet, and then a panelist of comedians tell us stories about who that person actually is. All good things coming up. The vaccine made with egg white also. You guys, the egg white really got to you. Pick me up, please. Yeah, we'll pick you up. We'll bring you to the comedy spot. Donna says she's definitely going to come from Virginia to see a show. Donna, I can't wait. I think that's going to be fantastic. Remember to join us for our news segment next week. It's going to be a big one. I'm going to unveil some things that are happening around the comedy spot while people have been away. Like right over here. I don't know if you can see this. It's just right. I think I can. I just got to turn it a little bit more. Oh, wait. Oh.